Okay, so you're moving to Kelowna, and listen, that's great. But picking the wrong neighborhood or area that doesn't match with your lifestyle could make you feel like you made the wrong decision. But listen, not to worry. In this video, I'm gonna go over 5 different lifestyles. And based off that, tell you exactly where I would live if I was moving to Kelowna BC. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video because I'm gonna go over my overall personal favorite neighborhood. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so the first lifestyle archetype we're gonna look at is someone looking for that pure city living. So of course, it's a no-brainer that I'm starting in Kelowna's North neighborhood, or what we consider Kelowna's downtown. Now, to me, there are really 2 sections of downtown here. There's Kelowna's North neighborhood, and to a little bit of a lesser degree, Kelowna South neighborhood, which still encompasses a bit of that downtown lifestyle. But if you're looking for that pure urban environment with a high walkability rate, I don't really think there's a better option than Kelowna's North. Realistically, we're here in the center of Kelowna. You have all of the best access to anything from bars, restaurants, to shopping along Bernard. Right now we're down here at the marina, which is gonna give you great access to the beachfront that stretches from one end of Colona North to the other. And we also have these beautiful parks and waterfront restaurants in between. To me, this lifestyle is for someone who maybe wants to come from a city or experience that city living while being in Kelowna. Maybe you don't wanna own a car, you wanna be in that condo living, which truly, when I think of Colona North, condo living is going to be your best option, because if you've seen any of my other videos, I do often discuss the fact that in terms of single family homes in Colona North, it's not the best bang for your buck. Because they're doing a lot of rezoning and redevelopment here, the smaller, older single family homes come at quite a price. But if you're looking for condo living, Kelowna's North is going to give you the best options, with brand new condo builds stretched out through Kelowna's North and South, including One Water Street by the park, the Brooklyn, Bertram, Aqua, Movala, Caban. The list really goes on, and you honestly can't miss. A lot of these condos have high-end access to amenities, come with their own beautiful set of amenities, and some incredible views from your balconies. And right now, at the time of this video, the average price for a condo in Kelowna's North is $571,349. So you're right around that average, probably on a bit of the higher end in terms of the average condo price because of your central location. Again, ease of access, amenities. And if you're looking to be in a place where it's really the heartbeat of the city, you know, kind of the pulse of Kelowna, Colona North is going to be the #1 option for you. This is an extremely vibrant area that to me just keeps getting busier and more popular, more fun things to do. Right now we're in the heart of the summer, and every weekend here there's an event going on. Every weekend the beaches are packed, the restaurants are packed, and it's an extremely fun place to be, whether you're a young person, you're a bachelor, you're a couple, or you're a professional and just want to be in the heart of everything. That's why I truly feel like Kelowna's North is going to be the best option. So archetype #1, that pure city living, I got Kelowna North at the top of my list. But now let's go check out the complete antithesis of this with a more rural type lifestyle. All right, so now we're gonna take a look at someone who wants to live in that rural, outdoorsy, small town lifestyle. And if you watched my channel before, this is not gonna be a shocker to you, but we are in Southeast Kelowna, one of the best neighborhoods in the entire city. This is a place where you're surrounded by nature. You're fully encompassed by it. You look in one direction, you're looking at a forest. You look in another direction, you're a hiking, biking trail. You're at the trestles, you're near a canyon. You're surrounded by the mountains. Southeast Kelowna is gonna be that perfect place. Someone who wants to feel like they live in a town, but you're within 20 minutes to all of the city amenities you might need. And you know, where Southeast Kelowna may lack in terms of amenities like restaurants or shopping, it makes up for if you're interested in that outdoor lifestyle. There's biking trails, there's hiking trails, there's some of the best golf in the Okanagan with the Harvest Golf Course and Gallagher's Canyon. And you know what, if you're looking for a great place to eat, you can go to one of the amazing restaurants there, you can stop by McCullough's Pub, or you can tour one of the amazing wineries that are in Southeast Kelowna. This is a place where there's gonna be low traffic, it's quiet, it's family friendly, and it's a fantastic option if you're looking to get away, be slightly outside the city, but you're a quick drive if you wanna access all those big city amenities. And I don't know if all the B-roll does it justice of how beautiful this area truly is, but even if you're coming to Kelowna for a visit, I highly recommend checking out this area. All right, so I've given you an example of what it'd be like for the city living. I've given you an example of what it'd be like for the town living. Now I want to give you a bit of a different option, and for that we're going to head over to the bridge and check out the west side. So let's move on to the next neighborhood. All right, so as we are heading over to the west side, I hope you guys are enjoying this video. Before we get to the next section, I just want to say I'm trying to put as much content out there and try to give you an idea of the different neighborhoods, what lifestyle suits them, because that can be the biggest challenge, not only finding the areas that match with your lifestyle, but finding the areas that don't match with your lifestyle. So if you want to ask questions, you want to find out more information on Kelowna, you got to reach out to me. You can call me, text me, email me at the information on the screen right now. Also link down in the description below. And again, you want to make it simpler, there's a link down in the description for a free 30-minute consultation with me where we can meet, we can talk, I can answer any questions you have. I have people reaching out to me every week that I help out, and I'd be more than happy to help you out. But in order to do that, you got to reach out to me. Now, let's get over the bridge and let you know a little bit more about the west side. All right, so this next neighborhood is for what I like to call the West Kelowna diehard. Maybe you need to move here because you need to work on the west side. Maybe you have family, maybe you have friends, or maybe you just like the west side of Kelowna better than the east side. To me, there are a number of options that are going to draw you over to West Kelowna, and I wanted to pick a place that kind of encompassed it all. It had the views, it had the access to amenities, the access to the bridge when you need it, and kind of the full package, which is why I chose Lakeview Heights as that neighborhood. To me, I can't really think of a neighborhood that's more all-encompassing of those things than Lakeview Heights. Lakeview Heights has some of the best bridge access with a quick left as soon as you get off the bridge coming from the east side of Kelowna. It has the amazing access to not only the best wineries in West Kelowna or Kelowna, but some of the best wineries in the entire region. You have the West Kelowna Wine Trail off of Mount Boucherie that's going to give you access to some incredible vineyards, restaurants, wineries that are going to rival anywhere else in Canada. If you're looking for access to amenities, you have quick access through the back way around Mount Boucherie to the big box stores of West Kelowna. Of course, like I said, if you need to get over that bridge, you're heading to Costco, you're heading to work, you have the sneaky little access off of the Kelownna neighborhood that's gonna get you about halfway across the bridge, so beating some of the traffic. If you're looking to go hiking, you have one of the best parks in all of West Kelowna, Calamore Park, where there's hiking, biking trails, and an incredible beach. If you're a family that's coming here, you have Mount Boucherie Secondary School, the only secondary school in West Kelowna, a very highly rated school, and it's within this neighborhood. And of course, to me, the biggest reason why people are drawn to the Lakeview Heights is the incredible views. Now, whether you're living in the Kelownna neighborhood or up here in Vineyard Estates, you're gonna find some properties that are big, custom-built single-family homes with unbelievable panoramic views, whether you're looking at Kelowna, almost all the way down to Vernon, and some views that stretch as far as Penticton. Lakeview Heights honestly has some of the most breathtaking views in the entire region. The reason for that is, of course, there is Lakeview Heights that's on the other side of Mount Boucherie, closer to the highway, which is still a great area and is gonna give you all those access points. But to me, when you're on the southeast side of Lakeview Heights, you're built up along a hill. So it's gonna give you the ability to have some incredible views. Now, sometimes that can come with a bit of a caveat. Some of these houses have incredibly steep, undesirable driveways, but I think that's definitely the few. For the most part, you have some great sub-neighborhoods here, a very friendly atmosphere, and to me, incredibly high desirability. It's my personal choice for what I consider not only the best all-encompassing neighborhood, but to me, the best neighborhood in West Kelowna. So if you are a West Kelowna diehard, or you're planning on moving here and thinking about landing in West Kelowna, this is the #1 neighborhood I think you should consider and definitely check out. But for now, let's head back across the bridge and check out a neighborhood that's gonna give you some crazy affordability. All right, so when I'm talking affordability, and if you've watched any of my videos before, you can probably guess what neighborhood we're in. We are in the Rutland neighborhood on the east side of the bridge in Kelowna, British Columbia. And to me, this is one of the neighborhoods that I feel like you can get the best bang for your buck. Now, of course, the first thing I always like to mention anytime you bring up Rutland is the stigma associated with the neighborhood. I've been trying my best to do away with the stigma by kind of showing what Rutland can offer. Now, I feel like at a certain point, maybe the stigma was justified, but it's funny because when I have people reach out to me that have never even been to Kelowna, they get told, we've heard you got to stay away from Rutland, and I ask them why. And they usually give a reason that it's unsafe or something, and I still feel like that's totally unjustified. Again, I've always said there are a few streets in Rutland I would tell you to steer away from. You know, the Hine Road, which I think at a certain point, it's gonna be completely redeveloped and probably a great neighborhood, but that's a street. To me, it's the worst street in Kelowna. I'm sorry if you live there and you're watching the video, but that's a place where I would say, yeah, okay, I get the stigma for that area, but as you can see on the map, Rutland is a gigantic neighborhood. It's the biggest neighborhood in Kelowna. So to say that because of one or maybe a couple streets that this is an unsafe neighborhood is crazy to me. This is an area to me that's known for a ton of families because of its affordability. It definitely attracts a lot of young families, people starting out, first-time home buyers, and realistically, it has so much to offer. Rutland as a whole is a self-sufficient neighborhood. It has shopping, grocery stores, a ton of restaurants. It has some beautiful parks like Lions Park that we're in, of course, Bentley Park, which is a huge park that always has a ton of activity going on, a ton of kids playing all the time. And of course, when you look at Rutland, you also have to consider the incredible access that it gives you. If you're going to the university, you're close by. If you're heading out to the airport, it's right on the north tip of the neighborhood. If you're looking to get to Big White, besides Black Mountain and Joe Rich, it's going to give you the closest access to Big White. And it's a breeze if you're heading into the center of the city as well. So to me, whether you're someone who's starting out, wants to keep their budget a little lower, you're a family and you're looking for something affordability, or especially if you're an investor, Rutland to me is the #1 option you could consider. There is not a better neighborhood you're gonna look at for a property that's under $1 million with a suite. We call that here the Rutland Special, and you're not gonna find that affordability in any other neighborhood. Right now, the average price for all product here in Rutland is around $636,515. So that is well below the average for the entire central Okanagan. And again, it's a big neighborhood. It has something for everyone, whether you're looking at a 55+ home, a townhouse, a condo, a new condo, which are popping up all the time, especially those micro suite places. And to me, what I consider the best option and bang for your buck here is the single family homes. Again, the amount of quality you get in that $900,000, $950,000 range compared to the rest of the central Okanagan is unmatched. So that's why I'm labeling Rutland as the #1 neighborhood and the #1 option for those seeking affordability. Now let's go take a look at a neighborhood that I think is the #1 destination if you're planning on bringing your family here. Okay, so when we're talking about family-friendly neighborhoods, there's one area that comes to mind first, and that's where we are right now. That's the Crawford Estates neighborhood, located in the southeastern section of Kelowna. Crawford is one of the smallest neighborhoods in Kelowna, and I feel like that lends even more to the family-friendly atmosphere. You're in a place that's known for its large family-friendly single-family homes on at least a half-acre lots. This is an area where there are quiet streets, it's low traffic, there are a ton of parks. Again, a nice part about this section in the southeastern neighborhood is you have fantastic access to nature. But to me, this is a place that feels like a town in the fact that I would feel totally comfortable with my kids walking out the door in this neighborhood, heading to the parks themselves and not having to worry about anything. This is an area that you walk around and it just feels safe. So this is a small, tight-knit community. It doesn't have many amenities actually in Crawford, but now with the new Mission at the Ponds, there's access to grocery stores, drugstores, liquor stores, pet stores, anything you really need, which I really feel like amplifies Crawford and makes it even more accessible for families. Not to mention being in the southeast section of Kelowna, it gives you some of the best access to Kelowna's top schools, those being Canyon Falls Middle School, Okanagan Mission Secondary School, Dorothea Walker and McClimate, Shoot Lake Elementary, and the list honestly goes on. So if you're a family moving and you want a fantastic place to call home, I really can't think of a better area or neighborhood to recommend to you than Crawford Estates. Again, this is Crawford Estates, and this is my #1 pick if you're looking for that family-friendly lifestyle. Now, let's move on to the kind of bonus neighborhood we're gonna look at. I'm gonna show you my overall favorite neighborhood in all of Kelowna. Let's check it out. All right, so this is a little bonus neighborhood for you. And if you're a fan of my videos, you've seen my channel before, this is not really gonna be a surprise for you. My favorite overall neighborhood is the one I live in, and that is the Upper Mission. And I'm kind of combining the Upper Mission and Kettle Valley because I think they are very similar. They both offer a lot of the same things. And I mean, besides just looking behind me and seeing how beautiful it is, there are a ton of reasons to love the Upper Mission and Kettle Valley. I just kind of feel like it's a neighborhood and area that offers a little bit of everything that we discussed today, obviously, besides being on the west side. And maybe not really the affordability, but if you're looking for a family-friendly area that has great access to amenities, is not too far from downtown, and to me, just offers exactly what I personally need. Again, this neighborhood, overall favorite. This is just me being very biased. When I've shown people in this neighborhood, taking people out, they can see that I'm just a fanboy of the area, and I'm not trying to sell it to everyone. I just think it is one of the best places you could live, not in just Kelowna or West Kelowna, but the entire Okanagan Valley. Here in the Upper Mission, you have that great access to nature. You now have the Mission at the ponds, which is just below us here. So you have good access to amenities. You have some wineries in our area. You got these incredible lake views and good access to beaches and lakes and dog parks and hiking trails. So if you're an outdoorsy person, I think this is a fantastic neighborhood for you, but it also just has a bit of that family-friendly, rural city mix that kind of reminds me of where I grew up. It's a place that you can walk out your front door and it feels really safe. The traffic isn't crazy at this point yet. I mean, they're developing more and more and this area keeps growing. But for now, I feel like I could just walk out the front door, go to a park, go to a winery, get some groceries, and I don't have to be bothered by anything. That's why I put this at the top of my list, this Upper Mission and Kettle Valley. And I always recommend, if people are unfamiliar with the area, you got to at least check these places out. Maybe it's not in your price range because it can be a little bit more of an expensive neighborhood depending on where you're living, but it's worth even just coming up here for a visit. Again, I never am trying to sell Kelowna the Okanagan because I really feel like this area sells itself. You know, the people I show here, my goal is to entice you enough to bring you out here, and this city and area does the rest for me. I've never had a person come here that I've met through my YouTube channels or a client from out of town that's visited Kelowna the Okanagan and been like, this is nothing that you made it seem like. I truly do feel like this is one of the most beautiful places that you can visit and live in all of Canada. And if you are planning on moving here, you've heard about Kelowna, you're getting interested and you have questions, you want to find out the places that are going to fit your lifestyle, and again, more importantly, the places that aren't going to work with your lifestyle, you got to reach out to me. You can call me, text me, email me at the information on the screen right now and linked in the description down below, or click that link in the description and book yourself a free 30-minute consultation with me. I have people reaching out to me all the time, and I love meeting with people, getting them excited about coming here, moving out here, and I want to do the same for you. So make sure you reach out to me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you love this content and you want to learn more about Kelowna, the surrounding towns, and the Okanagan as a whole, make sure you subscribe to my channel, Living in Kelowna BC. I've had these videos help a ton of people, and I don't make this content to be some kind of YouTube star. I make it so people know what they're getting into when they move here. They can learn a lot about the area before they come out here. And I try to put myself in the position of what I would want to know when I was moving out here. So if you ever have any ideas, you want to comment down below of what kind of videos you want to see, I'd be happy to try to put out some of that content. Again, my name is Boholij, your Okanagan real estate professional relocation specialist. This is my channel, Living in Kelowna BC, and I will catch you in the next video.